What is the one Christopher Nolan movie you can skip?
Oh, that's easy. Okay, it took me a while. Oh no. Greg? I thought this was a duet. Oh, so you're just gonna sing all the parts? Those are not the right sounds. Can you hear me? Bonk.
Welcome to Miss Thing. I'm Greg.
And I'm Tim. And this is a podcast that celebrates and appreciates the Miss Things of the past, present, and future.
Yeah, in every episode, we take a key moment from our Miss Thing's storied career and do what you and I are most skilled at, which is make it all about us.
Yes.
And wow, are we experiencing quite an Odyssey today.
I am currently recovering because my sink overflowed.
Yeah.
With the most disgusting smelling water of all time.
Sure.
So I just want everyone who's listening to know that I am currently, I'm suffering from PTSD.
Yeah, and I need everyone to know that I am currently suffering from having been present. Yeah. I did sit on the couch the entire time.
I was trying to distract me. I was like, I need silence. While this, I was saying, I feel like I'm Lady Macbeth, where I will never be clean again. Out dark spot.
And I said I am Nanny McPhee, just sort of physically and sort of emotionally.
So you could be seeing in the background. I've lit incense.
Yeah.
So there is it's gonna be a smoky episode.
Very hazy in here on the pod. Oh, and by the way, thank you to everyone who's been, doing the 5 stars and above thing, rating us and leaving reviews on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Please, if you haven't done that yet, can you go do that? 5 stars and above.
You can do it literally right now as we're talking. You can scroll down.
Yeah, if you're on Apple Podcasts, scroll to the bottom and it gives you the option to leave stars and to write a review. Write anything. We really appreciate it. And take a screen grab of that and DM us on Instagram and you'll get a special treat from us.
And
on Spotify too. If you listen, you can only rate it and you can leave comments.
But screenshot on Spotify the 5 stars, and then if you DM us on Instagram, you'll get a special treat. It really helps us out. Yeah. You're a true Gennifertia if you do it.
Yeah. But anyways. Yeah. It's been birthday season. I feel like it's been making me think that every good birthday party has an entire crew of people behind the scenes who are at the party as well. And I've been thinking now about everyone's specific role that makes it good. So lately, for example, I have found myself on cake duty. At everyone's birthday party, which is
mine.
Well, not yours,
pointedly,
but there is the CEO level, the CEO level, which is so your sister, so me. Yeah. Suddenly, I've been promoted to CEO. I'm sort of and that's the people that are helping with prep, thinking of the food, playlist, really getting ahead of it, and then being on duty when they're there. Yeah. Cake person. There's usually 2 to 3, one person usually carrying it out, but then you need someone to help.
Wait, okay, so are you saying are you buying the cake and bringing it? Or
no, we're 2.5 hours in. Everyone's having fun.
Okay.
And then it's there's two usually two people. I'm sort of rallying the other most important person or helping the other most important person getting that cake lit and walking it out. In one case recently, I walked it out because the person was
well, you also like the attention.
You'd think. But this actually makes me feel it's where I feel actually quite shy, but I'm happy to take it on because I know that we're transitioning. That's the climax of the party. We're transitioning into the next space. See, some people probably could use a snack. Then we've got the admin people. So we've got the people that didn't really do too much to prepare. Maybe they got a bag of ice on the way. Yeah, but then admin also can be at the party. They could refill open a bag, refill restock the cooler or whatever with drinks. drinks.
Or in there, I'm like, I'm getting a drink. Does anyone else need a drink?
Yeah, put chips in the bowl. That's admin.
Yeah.
Then there's interns. And they're sort of like work to hire. You know, you're like, can I trust this person with maybe like doing the most basic task? Like, can I ask someone to like go check on something, like just check and come back to me? But then of course there's the consumer, and I felt like I was the consumer until very recently.
That's the best. The best is just to show up
and just drink
and eat a cake and drink.
Yeah, and sort of.
And honestly, like, you barely talk to the birthday person.
Oh, never.
You do, like, you say one, but they're too busy. So you just, like, come in with a couple jokes, leave.
Right.
And then afterwards, you get a text from the host that's basically like, oh, I wish we got to spend more time together. And then you do a one-on-one later.
Yeah. And they're like, thank you so much for coming. And it's like, you actually, like, really, unfortunately, like, when you think about it, you didn't do anything. You kind of were in the way, actually.
You were just
because they were needing, you were set dressing. They were needing to triangulate with their fellow employees.
If anything, you also Irish goodbye.
Oh, 100%. And trust me, the host noticed.
Yeah. I really respect an Irish goodbye.
I do too, actually. It's like...
I mean, there's tiers to that as well. Because it's like, if there is... Like, a close friend can't do that.
Right.
But then if you're having a big party, the idea of, like, me having to say goodbye to everyone. And then it's like you keep getting pulled... Like, you're in the middle of a good conversation, finally.
Right.
And then it's like, oh, I have to say goodbye to this person.
Right.
I think the kinder thing to do, Irish goodbye... And then text me being like, sorry, like you looked busy, or like, great party.
Listen,
Best.
I completely agree. Yeah, the last thing you want to do is go say goodbye to the host. Like, if there's especially a lot of people there, you're doing everyone a favor, because everyone socially, everyone goes, oh, you have to go. Like, we didn't get to hang. You do the thing. It's like, and then there is this like social nicety about like, oh, you have to stay because we have to hang out,
and like they do stay, and you're like, no, you can go.
You both know you really don't want that other. You don't need that other person there. So nice of you to come. This was such an honor, but like,
but it's time to go.
It's time for you to go, and I don't want to. I can even watch you leave. I don't need to hear about it. Thanks.
And then all of that being said, if it is a close friend, it's don't you dare even think about Irish goodbye.
No, you better
know your tier.
I will have you on a leash.
Yeah,
motherfucker.
And in fact, I think at your birthday party, you at one point thought I was leaving, and I was actually doing my duty, and I was walking someone else out. And
you were like doing
better,
ballet. Yeah, you were getting their car, bringing it around.
Genuinely.
Yeah. And I really appreciate everything you did for that. You worked harder on my birthday certainly than your own.
It is one of those things where it was like, I have to bring my A game.
Yeah. And I think it's time.
I think so too.
Yeah, for Dod Mom Sauce, aka Doll of the Day, Mother of the Moment, Sister of the Second. Our first
and most famous
segment where we take a person, place, or thing that we are currently super obsessed with.
Yes.
Who wants to go?
I can go first.
Great.
My Dod Mom Sauce is The Invite.
Oh my God.
It is genuinely the movie of the year for me so far.
So good.
There is not enough adult movies that, first off, it's like an adult comedy that makes you laugh your ass off.
Yes.
Famously, I say this all the time, Goldie Hawn has this quote, which is God's kiss is when everyone is in a theater and they're all laughing at the same time. Like, that is God kissing you. And I think it is the most beautiful thing. And in that movie, God was fucking making out with me.
God was fingering your hole.
It was doing so much. I had to recover.
Sorry, the sink just coming back up.
But I was laughing my ass off. It made me feel. It also made me like, to go into a theater or a movie that like you hope is going to be good, and then it exceeds your expectations over and over and over again, where it's like it like in so many different ways had so many great twists and turns. It made you think about like your relationships, and it has stellar acting from 4 heavyweights.
Well, if all 4 of them don't get nominated for Oscars, it will riot.
And Olivia Wilde.
Yeah.
Listen, she got the raw end of the deal in 2022 or whatever year that was, where
with Don't Worry, Darling.
with Don't Worry, Darling. Everyone was coming for her. It really felt like misogyny at its finest.
Yeah, it sounded like a messy set, in fairness. But
yes,
it was that... but there are a lot of messy sets.
There was so much that, like, if it was a male director...
Yeah.
And even if it was half as like, sure, like, she was dating one of her lead actors. But if that was a male director, a.k.a. Darren Aronofsky, with Jennifer Lawrence, anything else, that wouldn't even be a talking point. It'd be like, oh, yeah, I guess they're dating while Mother is coming out. Or whatever. And the age gap...
Another movie that also kind of got panned.
It got panned, but it didn't have any sort of messy, like... talk around the thing. If anything, it was like, oh, remember they dated?
Right.
You know? Where this was like, everything was picked apart. She was vilified times a million.
Our first daughter.
And I just think she's one of the most incredible directors out there right now. Like, Booksmart and this shows just how, one, great she is at doing comedy.
Yeah.
And even the process, like, of understanding how this got put together, it is like, for us being in the industry, seeing like this could have been so like it's a one set location. They never move. It could have been the biggest bomb. So cringe, not work.
Could have been boring.
It could have been. There could have been so many things about it that like would not have worked. And for it to work on so many levels is a credit to her as director. The way she put the camera, the way that those actors found things, because a lot of it was like improv throughout the. As they were shooting, but then her knowing when to like rein it in and keep to the script. Yeah. I'm just obsessed with that movie. I think everyone should go see The Invite.
Oh, absolutely. Gennifertias, if you haven't seen it. And also, do yourself a favor and learn as little about it as possible.
Yeah.
It's like a euphoric experience seeing it in a movie theater full of fellow adults.
Yeah.
Like, I felt everyone was so excited to be there. It was like a rowdy screening. I haven't been to a screening where people were like just like laughing and screaming. It's an adult. It's also like it's like so funny, but it's also a really serious movie. Like, it is so well made. It feels like a play.
It's so hard to like go from hard comedy to then like seriousness without it feeling so jarring.
But I mean, it's serious in the sense that it is so well done in every regard. Like, it's so well written. It is so well performed. It's just like a very high level, high class experience the whole time about actually very like high level, interesting, mature subject matter as well, but done with so much like lightness and also intensity and just very like acute observations about relationships and the many dynamics at play at any given moment, especially uncomfortable ones.
And it could have gone like back to saying how like it could have gone wrong in so many ways, like because, and you know this from the trailer, it's just like the general premise is like a couple that is like doesn't have the best relationship, invites their neighbors over who are like hot and sexy and supposedly are having really great sex from what they can hear. Like that's like, and then they have them over to dinner. That's like the premise of the movie. And it could very easily devolve into like stupid kind of like sex joke humor that's very like low and easy and cheap. And it doesn't. Sure, some of that like is available in the way that we all love a good sex joke or an orgy joke or whatever, but it is so highbrow in how they attack the subject matter. They literally have why am I forgetting? Mating in Captivity. The author is the sex therapist who wrote Mating in Captivity.
Esther Perel.
Esther Perel was literally a producer on it, and she was like there to walk them through how to properly talk about these subjects and not make it a punchline.
Yes.
And it's so impressive on so many levels where it's like this subject is funny because we all don't know how to talk about sex, but at the same time you take it with such a serious they're taking it so seriously that like it's never feeling like you're making light of the subject.
Exactly. They go for the elevated version of the joke, the elevated version of the idea, but at the same time it doesn't feel pretentious. This is a movie that's very accessible to everyone. It's like a really smart movie from the 90s, but like done today. And I feel like we really don't see movies of this quality anymore. And also special shout out to Dev Hynes, Blood Orange, who did the score.
Yeah.
Everyone involved. It's like...
And Rashida Jones and Will McCormack, who wrote the script. It's crazy.
Exactly.
Yeah. And if everyone, like Greg said, go out and see it. But Greg, what is your dot bomb sauce?
My dot mom sauce is a little animal taking over the internet called
Here we go.
Jimothy.
Okay, is it related to me?
Yeah, first of all, most beautiful name. Okay. Literally, that's your middle name. Yeah. You're Timothy Jimothy Zintak. No, Jimothy is a raccoon, and I'm not really sure what sort of
animated
spinal.
Or real?
No, real.
Okay,
real. He's. I don't want to say terrorizing because like he is like living in Seattle and he's become like an internet sensation. Jimothy is born with, I think, some sort of spinal defect. And so he's very like condensed and he has like a curved spine and no tail. And he's so like weird looking. But so
is he
cute.
Owned, or it's like the people just see him around the neighborhood?
No, I mean they haven't really domesticated raccoons. Although I do believe that raccoons could be domesticated. They're so cute. Well, I honestly think they're so cute. I
wouldn't put it past TikTok for there to be some person out there who's domesticated.
Done that.
Yeah.
Well, you do know I famously one time worked on a show, The Great Indoors, and we had a raccoon because we had animals on the show, and we had a raccoon that was trained to put sunglasses on, and I thought he was the coolest thing on the planet.
That is,
like give him all. He should have been in the invite. Quite frankly,
he should win an Oscar.
That being said, Jimothy, he's just, and I can't get enough of these videos. People are doing like animations to him.
Wait, I have a very important question.
Yeah.
I come to you, it's tomorrow. I tell you, hey, Greg, I've started dating someone new. You say, what's his name? And I say, Jimothy. What is your reaction? I
say his parents had an incredible sense of humor and incredible taste.
It's like a couple. As a couple, we're Timothy and Jimothy. Please come to the wedding of Timothy and Jimothy.
I actually feel like that's the prophecy fulfilled for you.
Okay, if there are any Jimothys out there, you know where to find me.
Well, I would think you'd make a cute couple with the Jimothy, the raccoon. But I have been sort of fantasizing because I do love the name Jimothy and I like love his personality so much. And I do really, really see, this is so heteronormative of me, but I do really want him to get a girlfriend who also has the spinal like
Why
thing.
Can't he get a boyfriend?
He can have a boyfriend, but I want him to get a girlfriend with a spinal thing and her name be Jimberly.
I love that.
So I keep thinking of Jimothy and his girlfriend Jimberly, who doesn't quite exist yet, but they will meet. Get him on the apps.
Yeah.
You know, he is on the apps right now because everyone, though he's taken the world by storm. So someone please find Jimothy, his Jimberly.
Yeah.
And Timothy, his Jimothy.
Please find mine. Yeah. Wow.
And I think
it's time for a break.
Totally.
Yeah.
We're back, and it's time for our Miss Thing of the Week. I mean, it's just too monumental to pass by.
This is the story of the summer.
Sort of the original story
of all time.
In so many ways.
And the women behind it like, there are so many Miss Things that we couldn't pass by without honoring all of them.
Right.
So our Miss Thing is the Odyssey.
Specifically, the women of the Odyssey.
Yes.
Yeah. And listen, the Odyssey, let's get this out of the way. To me, we were just talking about movie of the year for the invite.
Okay.
1-2 punch, because the Odyssey blew my fucking mind. It blew my mind.
I completely agree. And so I'm going to be very honest and vulnerable and brave.
Yeah.
For the first 2 hours, I was watching it. I think Christopher Nolan is my favorite director of all time. And as a result, I have really high expectations.
Sure.
And I watched everything ahead of time because, I love a press junket. So, I knew all the things. And as I was watching it, I was like, this is technically so impressive on a level we have never seen before. It is so well done. But then at a certain point I was like, is it so smooth and precise that I was sort of maybe lacking the emotion? And then classic Christopher Nolan, the last 30 minutes, the wallop that hits you. I'm not kidding you. As I was watching, I was really enjoying it. I was like, this is probably one of my bottom ones. And then the realization happens, and I was easily top 3 Christopher Nolan's, the flashback sequence.
Yeah.
that flashback sequence and the emotional wallop that hits you is so powerful, so well done. The acting is so well done. I mean, wall to wall, everything. I'm just saying that, like, whenever and I know it's kind of a formula, he always sort of has like a twist at the end that like, makes you see something that maybe you weren't seeing the first time. Yeah. And I love it. I loved the movie.
I'm so glad. Well, see, Christopher Nolan famously, and I'm upfront about this, is not one of my favorite directors of all time. Christopher Nolan's very hit or miss for me. As much, I mean, I admire who he is and what he makes. I think he's a technician. I think he's a genius. So, like, let's be clear about that. But his movies don't always, like, hit me in the guts where I think they, like, hit everyone else. Oppenheimer, no thank you. Sorry, no offense.
Thank you.
Like,
I agree. Christopher Nolan is so good that like, to me, he is, and I don't even think you can argue with this, like, he is the director of this century so far, in the sense of, like, I just don't think anyone, maybe Denis, obviously we love Denis.
Right.
But I think that just on a technical level, like, on a genius level, it is, like, even directors are, like, in awe of him.
Sure.
And it's making me think of a question, which is, can you rank the top 5 Christopher Nolan movies?
I'm going to start at 5. I'm going to say Dark Knight.
Okay.
It's great. I mean, it's definitely, I feel like it's like his most commercially, like, enjoyable.
Yeah. It's also the one that, like, changed the game for superhero movies, point blank, period.
1000%. I mean, Heath Ledger, like, all of it. It was, I just remember, and I've always loved Batman so much, and it's the opus of that, of his Batmans. 4 for me is Inception.
Okay, whoa.
Amazing movie.
Yeah.
3, Memento.
Okay.
Started it all.
Yeah.
Classic. I mean, like,
Steven Spielberg's favorite of his.
It's also just, you know, that's where he began as far as, like, I knew him, and
that's him without, like,
the budget. So I feel like it has to rank highly on the list. Number 2, currently, The Odyssey. I thought The Odyssey was so, like, technically impressive and such, like, a big swing, and you know, the ambition, I think, alone is it puts it really high on the list. And number 1 is Interstellar.
Yeah.
A movie that I did not love the first time I saw it. It's grown on me. You know, my favorite sci-fi movie in that sort of space, obviously, one of my favorite movies of all time is Arrival. But I do think, in terms of, like, what he pulled off technically with the space of it all, especially modern day, emotionally, McConaughey is giving such an incredible performance. Timothy Chalamet, of course. No, there's just so much to Interstellar that makes me cry in a way that his other movies, like, don't hit me in that emotional spot. That I think it makes it top tier Nolan for me.
But you just talked on a topic that I'm so happy I veered you in this direction, which is there's a huge debate happening online right now.
Oh, okay.
Which is, what is the better film, Arrival or Interstellar?
Arrival, hands down.
I agree, and apparently, so far, what I've been seeing, everyone's picking Interstellar.
People are in Nolan psychosis right now because of.
You literally just ranked it your favorite.
Well, it is, but Arrival to me is a better movie. If you're talking pure emotion, which is I'm saying, like, Interstellar makes me more emotional than any of his other movies. But if we're talking about emotion. Arrival has me in a puddle. Like, Arrival liquefies me in a way that I is so next level. It's so the way that, like, Arrival gets into the strangeness of, like, language and communication, and the fact that, like, all they need before they leave is, like, to be understood and to, like, have imparted some sort of.
Well, they were just trying to help.
Yes. Oh, Arrival.
So it's not even to be understood. It's literally just there. It's a really great alien movie in the sense of, like, they're not bad.
Yeah. But then when we deal with, like, the time and everything in Interstellar, I just love it so much. What's your top 5?
I'm going to go 1 to 5 because it's too hard to go backwards for me.
Yeah, I think I was losing myself in the process.
For me, Inception is always number 1.
Yeah.
It is the one that, like, it is in my top 10 movies of all time.
Yeah.
Like, I think the emotion there is, like, so... I think it does in the way that, like, Interstellar, which I also love, I felt like it wasn't trying too hard to, like, just throughout it. It was so... It has the best balance, in my opinion, of emotion and pure awe and ingenuity.
Yes.
Throughout the whole thing, there isn't, like, this kind of, like, wallop at the end, but, like, throughout the whole thing, you're like, what? And also you're feeling it that, like, Marion Cotillard throughout that is, like, really bringing you on an emotional journey that I like. And I was just at a certain age where it's just, like, everyone has that experience in a movie theater. I was 20 when that movie came out, and it was, like, it was me before seeing an Inception and me after seeing Inception. Like, I'll never get that experience back. I wish I could be in a movie theater again and not having seen that movie and, like, rewatch it.
It's such a great movie.
Then I'm going to go with Interstellar.
Okay.
Interstellar, I agree with you. It took a while. I recently watched it and I agree. Like, I love when he is just pushing the barriers of, like, time and space and creativity and filmmaking, while also making sure to give you that emotional wallop. And that movie has it. 3 is The Dark Knight because it's literally, I mean, Heath Ledger alone, but just that it changed the game. Like, I genuinely think if you were to rank, like, the movies of this, like, century so far, like, that has to be in the top 5 just in general as far as, and I'm not even a huge, like, superhero person. I just think it, like, changed, like, that changed cinema.
Popular cinema, certainly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna go with, okay, so 4 and 5. Okay, I'm gonna do. Okay, it's probably recency bias, but I'm gonna put the Odyssey.
I had put it at 2, so yeah.
For me, the Odyssey, I loved it. It is so impressive. Anne Hathaway and Matt Damon, give them the Oscars. Incredible. So many great, like, technical achievements. So many great performances.
Interesting.
5, it's hard because I love Memento, but I really love Dunkirk. Like, I genuinely love Dunkirk.
Yes.
And as someone who doesn't care about war movies usually, I thought that was such a well done, tight. I think it's his, like, shortest movie since Memento.
Memento. What an interesting...
Memento. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, okay.
That's how I say it.
Totally,
where
of
I'm
course.
From.
I have another question.
Okay.
Christopher Nolan is your favorite director.
Or one of, yes. Yeah.
What is the one Christopher Nolan movie you can skip?
Oh, that's easy. Okay, it took me a while.
Yeah.
Tenet. I'm sorry.
It's a mess.
I just think... Okay. What I love about Christopher Nolan is he never talks down to the audience, and he always... like, causes you to have to raise your game and, like, learn something while being entertained. I think sometimes he is such a genius that it is so, like, so much is happening that you're like, wait, what? Like, and you have to pause and rewind and pause and rewind, and it almost alienates you in a way that you're like, I'm not enjoying this. Yeah. Because I have to go to college first. Sure. I have to take a class.
Yeah. You have to
come back to this.
You have to become beautiful mind. Yeah. Derogatory, by the way. Yeah. Like, it's the bad kind.
Yeah. What is yours?
Mine is Oppenheimer. Sorry. It's a slog. Yeah. As far as I'm concerned, I was Team Barbie. Yeah. Maybe it was the cultural thing at the moment. Yeah. I just felt like, why did I need to see that in 70 millimeter IMAX? Yeah. No offense.
And by the way, it is a very, like, good movie.
Yes.
It's just...
And of course, oh my God. And I was also so distracted, and I've always been fearful of this. This is why I didn't want to get earrings myself. Yeah. I was looking at Cillian Murphy's ear holes the whole time in 70 millimeter IMAX. Yeah. Just put some tiny studs in those.
Oh my God. I just remembered The Prestige. I love The Prestige.
Love The Prestige.
Anyways,
just Insomnia.
I know.
Like the early stuff.
Yeah.
Anyways, the women of the Odyssey.
I know.
where to begin? Anne Hathaway. Let's go to, right to Samantha Morton.
Samantha Morton. Let's just list them.
Yeah,
and then okay. Samantha Morton, Zendaya,
Charlize,
Lupita Nyong'o.
Yep.
We cannot forget, and I am this is something that we need to give a specific moment to. Emma, his wife, an ultimate producer who has produced all of his movies. Everyone says like she is like the producer of all producers.
Yeah.
Like what they ask of like all the different departments doing that, it's like all her. And I think like she needs to be getting the most flowers because of course it's like we give it all to Chris, but like he would not be able to do it without the ultimate producer that is his wife, who does all of that behind the scenes work. And of course it's a woman doing that.
Of course.
Like, you know, and so it's just like she's actually the main woman who made it happen and is getting zero credit.
Right.
So I just needed to say that.
Yeah, of course.
But then back to the screen goddesses.
To the girls. Yeah, Anne Hathaway giving truly...
I think that's like her best performance since Rachel getting married.
I
which
agree.
Is saying a lot because she has given so many performances.
I agree, and I also feel like... I also felt like maybe it was the best female part in a Christopher Nolan movie recently.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, it was the most dynamic, and I couldn't tell if it was like because of Anne's performance. I felt like, you know, maybe Anne had a facelift recently. Looked like her face was moving. Let me tell you.
Well, you want to talk about? I don't know if she has done anything or not, but Charlize Theron.
Oh my god.
Okay, so Zendaya and Charlize Theron are both like goddesses in this.
Right.
Zendaya is Charlize is more than twice the age of Zendaya and looks so incredible in a way that like I cannot believe. And if she has had work done, go to her plastic surgeon. I don't even know if she has, but I'm like, she is stunning in the movie.
So incredibly well maintained.
Not that it's like about the looks,
of
but
course.
I have to just say, like, and we haven't done Charlize yet. We will.
That is so crazy to me. Of course, my favorite Oscar-winning actress of all time.
I agree.
Loving that, and I love like the discourse around her part is that she is just being like J'adore Dior on the beach, which like, okay.
But also like, because he famously does, everyone wants to be in a Christopher Nolan movie, all these fantastic actors are like relegated to smaller parts.
Right.
And like they do so much with so little. Charlize does so much with so little. Same with Lupita playing two different roles.
Yep.
And like barely has any lines, but like really leaves an impression. And the top of my list for that is Zendaya. At first, I was sort of like, I knew she had like basically a cameo.
Yeah.
But then as it was going on, I was genuinely like, wait, like I actually thought she would have a little bit more, and then the twist with her character.
Yeah, which we're not gonna. If you haven't watched the Odyssey,
I'm just gonna say, that is like so well done.
Yes.
In a way that like is so, talk about repeat viewings. It's like you want to go and rewatch so much.
Well, yes, it explains so much, and I thought that was a very, very strong artistic choice.
Yeah.
I also felt she had like a gravitas that was necessary, but like a gravitas, but also like a speed at which she was operating that helped the movie slow down in between like key sequences. And I felt like whenever she was there, I felt her maturity as an actress and as a performer. And I really thought she was a really nice grounding presence, but also very ethereal presence in the movie. Samantha Morton,
I was just gonna say,
definitely a contender for Best Supporting Actress this year. I like Samantha Morton.
One of our greatest.
And given the opportunity alongside these like really, really well-known actresses, like globally well-known actresses, like I think it was very exciting to see her just sort of command the screen as Cersei and in a very memorable moment.
And such a nuanced take as someone who has read the book too, Cersei, not like, and it's very easy to make that role one-sided. Yeah. And she plays it from such a three-dimensional space with in such a natural, lived-in way that it is so impressive. All the layers you get with, again, not that much screen time.
Right.
It's crazy how much you get to know that character in like such a short period of time.
But chewing up the scenery. Yeah, I thought she was so good. And like, to say nothing of the men in that movie, like Matt, Damon, wow.
We don't care about straight men on this pod, and you made us care about a straight man.
Wow. He just crushed
I really think that like this is his moment, maybe, to win Best Actor.
Oh, I think there's no other. I mean, it might lead to more, but I do think that this is going to be his like classic
defining role.
It felt like someone said this to me before I watched the movie. They were like, "It's just such an event. It's like Titanic. It's like Gone with the Wind."
Yeah.
Like when I was watching it, I was like, "Oh, so this technically like might just be one of the best movies that's ever been made."
But that's what, going back to what I was saying earlier, is sometimes when a movie, and this is why I love Titanic, because it is an event, but you never lose track of the emotion, like the love story. The love story is what makes you care. And part of this movie is it's the Odyssey. He goes on an Odyssey, and he's going through all these different episodes of like horrible things. But when they get to the point of like, I'm gonna like kind of speak in code, but it's like when he is finally kind of really dealing with like why he chose the harder path unconsciously, and breaking down what like the horrors of war. But to me, I think the part that really hits the most, and why this movie is then elevated, not just from a technical, like this is the current day Lawrence of Arabia, is that it is a very well done, and in my opinion, maybe the best movie I have seen that deals with like PTSD from war. That is such an impressive sequence at the end of showing someone like dealing with their own shame of what they have wrought, and also going through such a terrible thing at war, and then having to reckon with that, and how you make peace with that, and then how you can inadvertently put that onto other people and cause so much damage because of your own shame, because of your own actions. It's like this self-fulfilling prophecy. It is so beautiful, and it hits in such a way that is not over the top.
It's a very profound movie with incredible performances by all the ladies.
Anne Hathaway, when she screams, "I want Odysseus!"
So if you haven't seen the Odyssey, I don't know what rock you're living under, but go see it
and go support these little unknowns, these women,
right?
You know,
right? Who all seem to get paid very, very well for their screen time.
Yes, okay, and again, not a woman, but I also need to give a shout out to this performance. But Elliot Page. Elliot Page
has the best moment in the movie.
Talk about, and it's just so fulfilling as someone who loves Inception to see, especially I think like post-transition for Elliot, they haven't been getting a lot more parts, at least from I haven't seen them around. And now to have this meaty but small part in a Christopher Nolan movie, which is like it just feels so full circle after Inception. And for it to also be like playing, I knew there was outrage when Elliot got cast, and then to see
LUPITA
like
and everything,
it felt even more spectacular that it was without it being a statement, it was a statement of like the fact that it was a trans man playing that role and it not being a thing. It made it hit so much harder for me.
Elliot crushed his scenes. Well, needless to say, everyone involved in this movie put their whole Odyssey right into it. And I'm gonna leave it with that. I think it's time.
I don't think that was needed to say.
Male and female, everyone put their whole Odyssey into this damn movie. But I think it's time to make the women of the Odyssey all about us. And I'm going to go first. So when I think of the Odyssey, of course, I think of a little bit of an Odyssey that I went on. Well, I wouldn't say I'm the one that went on it, but I am just sort of going to recount an Odyssey that happened on a flight I took to Greece.
Okay.
When I was living in New York, one of the last the last trip I took out of the country was a big gay trip to Greece. We were hitting up we're going to Athens. You have to fly into Athens. You can fly direct from New York to Athens. Not a short flight, but a flight nonetheless. Then we were going to go to Santorini and Mykonos, and we did all that. And it was a fabulous trip. But getting there, there's a whole bunch of gay guys at the airport. And we are drinking and feasting and doing all that before we get on the plane. So by the time we get on our flight, we're all a little toasty or whatever, but I am sitting down. I'm already in my seat, and a woman walks up and goes into the seat in front of me. And literally we make eye contact on the way in, and I go, this is going to be a problem.
Yeah.
I just knew.
You can always tell.
You can always tell. She was sneering at me. She was kind of like Penelope in the sense that she was sort of like acting like queen of the plane, and we were sort of her suitors, all these gay guys who were like drinking all the booze, except in our case, we were paying for our own booze, and she actually had nothing to do with it. But there was just this vibe that she was sort of the queen of the plane. And I could tell, I was sitting right behind her, and I could tell she just like hated my guts for
so far I'm liking her. I like her. I like her instincts.
Totally. Yeah. And she went quickly from Penelope. Like, she would have been so Cersei and like given me a drink. And like, I would have taken a drink from anyone, but not from her, because she would have turned me into like a pig or something. She already saw me as swine.
Yeah.
But regardless, anyway, I had never been on, I famously was incapable of sleeping on a plane. So my husband gave me an Ambien. And I had only recently maybe dabbled in Ambien like once or twice. And both times, let's say I took it twice, both times I would take it, and very, very quickly I would start seeing things, like armies, for example. So I pop that in. I say, what's the worst that could happen? I pop that Ambien, and I'm like, I'm sleeping on this flight because I need to be alert.
You need to be rested
when I get to Greece. So I took this Ambien, and next thing I know, I'm waking up as the plane is landing in Greece, in Athens. And I'm like, oh my God, I have never been more rested.
What a beautiful sleep.
What an incredible sleep. This is just wow.
I should do this more often.
I do this all the time. I'm about to have an incredible day in Greece. I've slept the night away. I'm completely adjusted. This has been just a fabulous, fabulous time. I turn to my husband. I say, wow, that was just like a really quick, like nice flight. He goes, you talked the whole time. I was like, oh, I did? He was like, you were watching Wreck-It Ralph on repeat, your favorite movie, on repeat. Talking the whole time, being like, blah, blah, blah. Talking about like how all the characters.
That makes sense. That makes sense, because you can't watch that movie and not want to talk about it.
Talking his fucking ear off. So immediately I think of the woman in front of me. What have I done? Yeah. She must be fucking furious. I peek above. She's missing. She's gone.
What have you done?
I think she got her seat moved during the flight. Because I must have been driving her so insane.
I love this woman.
Yeah, but I'm thinking, so I'm like, my husband's so calypso, giving me the thing that makes me forget. Yeah. And all of a sudden, but I really do think that like maybe it was a siren song situation. Yeah. And I thought I was being so Odysseus. My husband was Odysseus. I was Penelope. Yeah. I thought. No,
I guess you're Odysseus because you're getting drugged.
Right. Yeah, sure. But he's
Calypso.
He was Odysseus in the sense, I'm the siren song. Yeah. I'm a siren singer. All the gay guys I was with, they had the wax in their ears. Yeah. Noise cancelers. And they also were on Ambien sleeping. My husband was strapped into the seat, forced to listen to my siren song. And the lady in front of me, her noise cancelers must not have worked. And I think maybe she jumped off the plane.
Yeah, she jumped into that whirlpool.
Yeah.
Or that monster, she willingly let the monster take her.
Yeah.
Like pick her up and take her.
Exactly.
Yeah. Wow.
So I was just being such a siren, wailing. But I had a fabulous time in Greece.
I knew it. My instinct was like, I'm going to like that woman.
That woman.
Yeah.
Yeah. But there was nothing I could have done. I could have slept soundly and quietly, and she still would have wanted to turn me into swine.
I agree with her.
Anyways, Tim, how do you make the women of the Odyssey all about you?
Okay. When I think of the Odyssey and the women, but more specifically the Odyssey, I think about my own journey that I went on.
Yeah.
Which I also could have told on the pod. We can't remember what we've told.
And Gennifertias.
We're on Ambien, okay? One time, right before this podcast started, a couple months before, I went to Houston to visit my dear friend Adolfo. We had a great gay old weekend. And then it came to, I had a flight at 7 a.m. on Monday.
Yeah.
And
great time to have a flight, especially after a full weekend of partying.
I know, exactly. And Adolfo had a very important meeting, and so he needed his sleep. And so I was going to I was going to schedule an Uber for 4 o'clock in the morning, let him sleep. And I had never scheduled an Uber before. I was very suspicious. I was like, how does this work? What if it doesn't come on time?
Right. And what if no one's on the road?
Exactly. Well, that was my thing. And so then, but he was assuring me like, oh, it will be there. So, and I famously am not a morning person. And so I set my alarm for 3:55.
I'm shocked you didn't stay up. Because that's actually later than your bedtime.
Well, that's the thing. I didn't get any sleep. I should have taken an Ambien.
Yeah.
Because I probably, we tried to go to bed at 11, and I definitely fell asleep at 3 and then woke up at 3:55, So I got 55 minutes of sleep, wake up, see that there's 5 minutes for it to come, and then 4 o'clock happens, immediate cancel. It immediately canceled. And I was like, what?
Oh, because was it already sitting there?
No, I don't know. It said that it was on its way. I can't remember. And then as soon as 4 o'clock happened, it just said it canceled. And I was like, what's happening? I'm not fully awake.
Right.
So I immediately call another one. Again, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. So then it says that there's one 22 minutes away. My flight's at 7. It's an hour to the airport.
In the fields of Texas.
And it is the coldest, it's ever been in Houston in record numbers. Everyone keeps talking about oh no, global warming at its finest. There is it was a freezing weekend. It wasn't actually a great weekend to be in Houston, but we made the best of it. So then I wait it's 4:22. I'm okay, it's coming. That one cancels, Greg.
No.
And I'm oh my God, I'm going to miss my flight. Then I immediately do another one. I'm should I wake up Adolfo? But I know he has this important meeting, so I don't want to wake him up. So then another one comes that says it's 5 minutes away. It's a whole thing to get out of his apartment complex where it's you have to go out of 2 different gates.
Yeah.
And so then I'm oh fuck, it's 5 minutes away. I need to go outside and get ready because it's going to take a while. So then I go outside. It is frigid. As soon as I get through the 2 gates, I obviously don't have a key, so I can't get back in. That car then says it's going to be another 15 minutes. And I'm out there, and I'm oh my God, it's 5 o'clock. This is freezing. I'm also Adolfo's hard sleeping. I don't know what to do. Thank God it does eventually come. I'm frigid, and I get in the car, I'm okay, whatever, as long as he speeds and we get there on time, I will get there by 6 and I can just barely make it. I get in the car, this man who, to set a scene, is basically the most threatening bodyguard figure you've ever seen in your life, probably at least 6'5", 275 pounds of muscle.
Yeah.
Head is hitting the ceiling of the car. He's basically the
of his Mazda 3.
Yeah.
He's Cyclops.
He's the giant. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I get in the car. I think I'm safe. He then opens with do you have a good weekend? I was oh yeah, it was a good weekend. And then he was oh, I see you're coming from the gay neighborhood. And I was yeah. And he was so was it a fun gay weekend? And he said gay again. And I was oh yeah, we had a good time. He goes, well, I bet when you're out at the bars, everyone couldn't get enough of you.
Oh boy.
And in that moment, my stomach dropped, heart starts racing. And I'm this doesn't feel good. Like, it's not like it felt very like, wait, what's happening? And then I was like, oh, like, haha, laughed. And then he was like, don't worry, I'm taken. But if not, you can trust me. And I was like, oh my God, this is, I'm like, it is dark out still. This man is also like looking at me in the rear view mirror and like and I'm like, look at the road. He's making extended eye contact with me. And I'm literally like, oh my God, we're going to go off of the road. Like, stop staring at me. So I'm trying not to but then I'm also like looking back to see if he's still looking at me. He's still looking at me. I feel so unsafe.
Yeah.
And then he's like, what would you say if I took a little shortcut? And then immediately starts not following the Uber route and starts going like it's just a straight shot on the highway to the airport. Right, he literally turns off the highway, starts going into a neighborhood, and not even like in a parallel way, like completely different direction.
Oh my God.
Like, oh my God, I don't know what's about to happen to me. It is so late. And so then me, Odysseus, cunning person that I am, I just immediately, and looking back on it, most likely very terribly, I fake a phone call.
Sure, famously.
I fake a phone call, and I had my...
Little does he know your phone's always on Do Not Disturb.
Well, and I already had my headphones in, and so I just like put my headphones back in, and then I was like, oh, hi. I was like, and then immediately start just using buzzwords where I'm like, oh, you're... why are you calling me like it's so late where you are, early where you are? And then I'm like, oh, you're on patrol? Oh, with the other officer?
With the other dogs? Yeah. Paw Patrol, of course. You're like, that's the first you could think of.
In my head, I'm trying to paint a picture of I'm calling a husband, a boyfriend, a dad.
With the
someone
other
who's
officer.
who's on like a patrol. Like
with the other mall security guards?
I'm just saying, but I'm like patrol, like all these things.
Yeah.
And then I very nonchalantly like take my earbud out, and it was just like, and like as I'm like saying these words, I'm like, oh, would you mind actually going back to the highway? Like, and then I again say something like, oh, it's like a slow night. Oh, like just like really trying to paint a picture of like I'm really close with a cop. It was such a scary Uber ride where I genuinely had never felt like, I mean, probably what every woman feels at a certain point at like after like 11 p.m. at night or whatever, where I was like, I do not feel safe. This man is clearly like gonna do something to me.
Yeah.
And so I have to call my boyfriend who's a cop.
Right.
And so then I finally get to the airport. He also says like a very inappropriate thing when I'm leaving, which I'm not going to go into now. And I just like jump out of the car. It's like 6:05. I have to be like, it's boarding at 6:30. I get to security. TSA is down. Any of all of the security guards like are, because of the wind, it's like so hard to get there because of this like crazy weather that they're having, and it's so cold that so many people's cars weren't starting, which is I think also why I was having trouble getting an Uber. And so then it's like a crazy line. I'm like, oh my God, I'm not going to get through security.
Well, if TSA's down, I mean.
Exactly. And it was like pre-check
they're
everything.
Like, just go.
And so then I finally get through at like 6:50, and I think I have like 10 minutes to get, because my flight was at 7. I was like, they're gonna lock the doors. I run as fast as I can.
Yeah.
Get there at 7 to see that our flight has been delayed 2 hours because of ice. And I was like, oh my God.
The military group.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. And so because
all they do is just delay. Yeah, because of ice spice, of course.
Then I wait for the 2 hours. That one eventually gets canceled. I then, because I was on Southwest, I get booked for a 1 o'clock. I wait until 1 o'clock. That one gets delayed until 5. It gets canceled. I get on a 7:30. That one eventually gets canceled. I'm at the airport all fucking day. I woke up at 4 in the morning. At 9 o'clock, I like called Adolfo, ever the greatest friend. He came and picked me up because I wasn't going to get out that night. Mm-hmm. And then, I mean, he really is my platonic Penelope, because then he was waiting there with Whataburger for me. I've never had Whataburger.
That is so sweet. And then he also didn't have to like go to a meeting the next day.
Yeah.
So
he very sweetly also drove me the next day because of my traumatic Uber ride.
Right.
And was just like a general, like just like the best friend that you could want in that situation.
Yeah.
I eventually did get out.
We're here today.
But it was a real odyssey.
That sounds horrifying.
It was genuinely like the Uber ride was like traumatic. But
your night with Cyclops, for sure.
Oh my God. Well, with Circe. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
with that.
Yeah. Time for a break.
Yeah.
Welcome back. And it's time for Diva Down. Diva Down, of course, is our final segment where we take a person, place, or thing that is down and could use a little bit of our unsolicited advice. And our Diva Down this week is the city of West Hollywood. Yeah. And the reason we're doing the city of West Hollywood is because there was a water main break there last week. And later that day and until now, a giant sinkhole has opened up on Sunset Boulevard.
And for context, for people who don't live in Los Angeles or not aware, West Hollywood is the gay area of Los Angeles.
Right.
So this is specifically happening to our gay brethren.
Yeah, the gay center and, of course, the setting of Vanderpump Rules.
Yes.
you know, so like this is affecting your gays and your reality stars.
And I'm going to jump right to my advice.
Please.
So my advice actually is to the sinkhole itself.
Oh, of course, of course. Yeah, no, we need to zero in on that.
I think, listen, people are out here being so cruel to you. And I want to say, like, this was done to you. People are judging the fact that you have become this big gaping hole.
Yeah.
And people are saying all these cruel things about, like, how much, like, you're affecting everyone else. And it's like, you were caused by humans just, like, walking over you, treating you terribly, not dealing with all these, like, all this, like, water that was being thrust onto you.
Right.
And then there was a lot of drilling that was happening, which is the main reason. So you're getting drilled. Of course your hole is going to become a huge gaping thing.
Mess.
Huge and for then for people to turn that around on you and call you names, I just think it's so unfair.
Right.
And so I just want to tell you that I see you. I hear you.
It's impossible to not see.
Don't listen to those people.
Don't listen to the haters.
This is a good moment, like, to reframe. It's like, now you're getting filled in.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden you are going to be so tight and strong. Nothing will be. You're going to be so impenetrable that people will try.
Right.
People will try.
They'll try. They're going to try.
They're going to try. And whether or not you let them is up to you.
That's your prerogative.
That's up to you.
You know?
Yeah, so I just enjoy the makeover.
Totally.
Greg, what's your advice?
Listen, I'm in the same vein. I'm going right to the sinkhole.
Yeah.
My advice is for the sinkhole itself. You know, listen, jokes can be made about the fact that you've opened up now in West Hollywood. But I've seen a lot of footage coming out.
Of course, Greg has.
Of course, and you know,
Greg spends a lot of time looking at sinkholes on the internet.
Exactly. And from what I'm not an expert on the subject, but I do know that like the water I'm seeing is not quite clear yet.
Yeah.
It's brown. And I
it's
think
also in my sink.
you know. And I think you gotta just like keep letting that water sort of like
clear out.
Let it clear. Like you're not done until the water is clear.
Yeah.
And I think everyone in West Hollywood knows that. Yeah. And I think they respect that and understand that for you. So keep doing what you're doing and like just let the water run through it.
Yeah.
And let the water run clear. And with that...
we just want to say, well, first and foremost, Cynthia.
Yeah.
We are so... I mean, it's still not officially announced, and we have talked about it, but I'm hearing even more rumblings about Passion.
Which we cannot wait for.
We cannot wait for the fact that you and Ariana are both going to be in Sondheim musicals.
And to dip into one of the more difficult Sondheim pieces, thank you. As a Sondheim fan and as a musical theater lover, we admire you taking on the harder projects because if anyone can do it, it's you. Speaking of harder projects, thank you to everyone who's, you know, rated and reviewed so far. If you haven't yet, please rate 5 stars and above. Leave us a comment on Apple Podcast. And you can't leave a comment on Spotify, but you can leave comments on the episodes or whatever. But if you can rate us 5 stars, please do that. It's all of that, I think, is at the bottom. Like on Apple Podcasts, you have to scroll down to the bottom, tap to rate. But take a screen grab of that and send it to us. DM us on Instagram, and we will give you a very, very nice surprise. Follow us on YouTube if you don't already.
And
Cynthia, we already said it.
Well, we love you, and we'll see you next week.
We love you. Bye. Miss Thing Podcast is created, executive produced, and hosted by Greg Trimmer and Tim Zintek.
It's produced and edited by Benji Simons, with cover art and additional creative support by Claude Zines.
Follow us on TikTok and Instagram at Miss Thing the Pod.
New episodes drop every Tuesday. Watch on YouTube or listen on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Please subscribe, rate, and review, but only raves. Strictly 5 stars and above.
Follow Greg at Greg Trimmer and Tim at Tim_Zintek on all social media.
Bonk.